Alright everybody, welcome to DIY Mitch's channel. Let's see, today I got a little treat for you. We have a 10,000 pound lift in the shop, and lately it's just been, coming down here into the shop and it's just like, it's been too hard to work anything because, number one, it was always dark in here. Couldn't see nothing. Had to have drop lights, shop lights everywhere. So that was one thing. It was just kind of cluttered. It still is cluttered, but it looks a little better. So did a lot of cleaning up, kind of rearranging, and let me show you what we got going on here. So over here on my workbench area, I cleaned all this off. Got us a nice workbench area. Hung up all my oil filter wrenches. I still don't think we have enough oil filter wrenches to take off every oil filter around here, but we're close. Kind of got some stuff hung up, made it look neat. Most importantly, if you can tell how bright it is here, I added a 4-foot LED light. This came from Harbor Freight Tools. It's the 10,000 lumen LED light. So when you get old, it's just kind of hard to see things, so this definitely helps out right here. So I've got plenty of light in this area right here. This is one of the biggest issues I had. I couldn't see nothing over here. So additionally, I added some LED lights here and here. I couldn't never get the 8-foot fluorescent tube fixture there to work. I think the ballast is good, but I think the ends of it over here are bad. So those things are arcing. So I know the ballast's good, but those are arcing and the metals all fell out inside them there. So I did put 2 new LED bulbs in this one, so they work. So that gets some bright area over here. But yeah, these lights up here, man, they're so bright you can't even look up at them. They're so bright. So got plenty of light in here so we can work on some cars and stuff. Definitely, if you're DIY and you're working on your own cars and stuff, you definitely need one of these. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of car enthusiasts. They're still jacking their stuff up on the ground and putting floor jacks in and stuff. But a lot of them have nice stuff too. I wouldn't say I have really nice stuff. We've had this lift for, I guess, about 10 years now, and I think when we put it in, it was only like $3,500, if that. So it's not super expensive to put a lift in, but I think a lot of limitations people have is they don't have enough height in their garage to put one in. So kind of want to show you what we did here to get this lift in. This is actually going to be a pretty good video because I think this will help a lot of people realize they can get a lift in their existing home garage or just their barn if they kind of know how to do it and how to make it work. But so let me show you how we actually got this lift in this barn. So originally this barn, the ceiling was not tall enough for a lift. There's 2 things you need for a lift. You need the height as well as you need a good foundation. So you need at least concrete that is 4 inches thick. And it's got to be reinforced by some rebar or just a good 4-inch thick concrete. So a couple things you want to make sure you got is where you mount your where you bolt your lift to the floor. You got to have at least 4 to 5 inches of concrete. You can't do no 2 inches of concrete. That's how these things fall over. So if you don't have enough concrete in the area, you can always cut a spot out. I know it sounds like a lot, but if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you can definitely get a concrete cutter. You can cut it out, and you can definitely dig down and dig you a little footing there, and you can pour more concrete, or just get bags of concrete and do it yourself, because you don't need a very big spot. You're probably talking about probably a 2-foot, but maybe a 3-foot by 2-foot spot. So you can definitely fix that if your floor is not thick enough. Okay, so I'm going to show you up top. So what we did was, you notice we had trusses up here. So we took these trusses right here and we talked to a structural engineer. We said, look, how can we make this work? And how can we support the roof of this barn right here and cut enough out so that we can get the
lift in here. So basically, as you can see, what we did was we cut out the trusses right here. See this? We cut it right there. We cut the bottom out, cut it out over there, and then what you need to do is, in order to support the load of your roof, you need to put some supports in there. So basically, all you're doing is you're taking that truss that you just cut out, and you're going up higher with it, and you're supporting the load for your roof higher up. Which is to say, you take this right here, you support your truss where you cut it with bracing, and you're basically re-engineering your truss to go straight up and then have your load go across. So you see how we got it on this? We can't see because you're going to be blinded out by the light, but these over here, basically you're redirecting the load. You're going straight up to the roof, and then you're taking that load across higher up. So, you know, if you got a barn that you don't think you can put a lift in, basically what you have to do is you have to re-engineer that truss. You can either get you an engineer or, you know, a contractor who knows about structural engineering, and they can figure out how to make your trusses higher so that you still support your roof and get the height you need for that, just for your lift. So, you know, we can take a car and we can, because the roof, you know, even the truck, we can take a truck and we can go all the way to the top of this. We can go all the way to the top of this lift until it cuts off. So you got plenty of room in here. So there you go. All right, we're going to work on the Jeep today. I'm going to be installing base plates on the front so that we can tow the Jeep behind our motorhome. And I'm going to be putting in the system for the brake pedal, because I have a surge brake tow bar system. It's called the Ready Brute Elite, and so whenever you hit the brakes on your motorhome, it's like a boat trailer that has a surge brake on it. It's got a lever that pulls, and you hook a cable up to that, it goes through your vehicle. In my case, it's the Jeep, going to be the Gladiator, and it pulls your brake pedal. So we're going to install that. We're also going to install the lighting system. So when you're towing a vehicle, you got to have a way to have tail lights, turn signals, and brake lights on the very back of your vehicle. So we're going to do that as well. I don't know how much of that I'll film. There's plenty of videos on the internet and YouTube on how to do this process. I may just kind of go through some of the key points of it and do the highlights, but other than that, that's what I got going on in my revamped shop here. So let's get it on. Jeep on the lift, and we're ready to work on it. Here we go. Got it all up there on the lift. And I want to show you where I put this thing on the, I'm gonna put this lift on the chassis. I had to switch it around a little bit because it didn't feel safe to me the first time I did it. And you guys probably saw that. But so basically, okay, cool. Anyway, where was I? So basically, I had the foot right here. I had it on the, I had it right here on the, I guess it's the link bar, and it just didn't. A couple things just made this longer. I had to make it longer to reach, and there's just more deflection in the lift. And back here, I put the lift directly onto the link bar chassis mount right there. So 2 link bars on this one. Now I know why this Jeep rides so good. Let's get on the chair and let me show you this stuff. This thing has some of the smallest springs I've ever seen on a vehicle, especially a small truck. In the front, look how, let's see, can y'all see this? Let's go from this direction. Look how thin those springs are. they're so thin. Look at my fingers. That's a spring on a Jeep Gladiator. And let's see, let's go to the back. I always wonder, this Jeep rides like it's on a cloud, literally. And now I know why. Look at this spring, man. There's like no, look at that spring. It's like hardly no spring here. Wow. Well, that makes sense why this Jeep rides so good. It rides amazing.